Hey everybody, welcome to 100 Year Lifestyle TV. In this weekly 100, I am here with Dr. April Warhola from Cafe of Life, Grant Park, and
yes,
great to see you.
You too.
Oh my God, you're doing all this continuing education stuff and always bringing great new things back to your community in Atlanta. Tell us about Cafe of Life, because there are people out here that really need to know about some of the work that you're doing on people and on animals. We'll get to both.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, we've been open for about 8 years now, most recently in a beautiful healing center in Grant Park right next to the Mounted Patrol, the Atlanta PD horses. And so it's a beautiful center where we've brought many different practitioners to the space to work together under one roof, but I think the most important piece of that and the foundation of it all is the chiropractic work that's done.
Yeah, and that's really important. I'm glad you said that, because at the core of it, and we see this all the time all over the country, is that if you have a healthy spine and nervous system, then you can function better and you can exercise better and you can breathe better and you can relax better. Do you find that in your practice, and then how do your patients and the community respond to that concept?
Yeah, that's exactly what I teach people, actually. So we've got a big yoga studio, a personal training center, massage, acupuncture, all of the stuff. And I always tell people, when your nervous system is cleared out, every single thing that you do on top of that exponentially increases whatever else you're doing. And that is the basis and premise that we teach from.
Yeah, and it's a good point, because maybe you have reached a plateau in your fitness, or maybe you've reached a plateau in your health, or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, and there's a good chance that the plateau is because your nervous system is not working the way that it's supposed to. How do you evaluate that when somebody comes into the practice?
My evaluation is really simple and straightforward. I connect with people, put my hands on them, look for any place where there is subluxation, where there's interference in the way that the brain and body are connecting, and we adjust them. It's really that easy, and as long as we're not going to...
Now, wait a second now. It's simple because you're an expert. You know, I think that's really important. To you and I, it's simple because, hey, listen, let's face it, experts make things look easy.
That's true.
And so you're an expert at it. So you find it's simple that way because you are an expert, and so you find it, you correct it, and we talk a lot about this continuum of, not just crisis care, but making that transition to lifestyle care and making healthier choices and a healthy nervous system a part of your lifestyle. When your patients make that transition, what do you see? How does it change their life?
Okay, that's a good question. When they initially come in, usually what we do in conversation to begin with, before we actually do the adjustment and the evaluation, is I like to find out about their story. Where are their stresses coming from? Because we know those stresses can be from anywhere. Stress is stress, whether it's coming from foods they're eating that doesn't respond well to their bodies, or from the type of job they're in, or family, or it can come from a physical trauma. I mean, there's so many different ways that we have stress in our system. So I like to know a little bit about where that comes from. And so the initial set of care is really to allow the body to respond better to those stresses. They may still exist in life, but we want the body and being to be able to connect and respond better to whatever's coming in.
Yeah, that's really important. And there's an article, by the way, I know on Dr. April's website. It's called Why Stress Affects Everyone Differently. And you should read it, because and if you go to the search bar on there under the articles and you type in stress, there's several articles that will come up there. And it's important to find that out, because the nervous system, depending on how somebody's nervous system is working and where it's not working, it can affect, the same stress can affect somebody and people in completely different ways.
Totally differently.
Yeah.
And then there's a place that we find, and I like to educate the people that come see me. I say, I want you to feel it and experience in your body, and I'm going to also evaluate it from my end. And most of the time, we both know when the system's clear.
Yeah.
And once it's clear, that's when we move into that second or third stage of the plan for chiropractic for the rest of their life.
Yeah, that's great. And listen, people are living longer. The longevity factor is a big deal. People have aging parents and grandparents, and they're seeing, and many of you, maybe you have aging parents or grandparents, and you're seeing your longevity potential at the dinner table during the holidays, and you realize, wow, you know what, I need to start living my life differently. We call it the 100-year lifestyle. Right. How important do you think that it is to make the health of the spine and nervous system as a priority if you want to live an active, healthy, long life?
Well, you're asking me personally, so I don't just talk this, I live it myself.
Yeah, there you go.
And so does my family, and so have my grandparents, and I've actually participated in the transition of both of my grandparents that received chiropractic care until the last week that they were breathing and alive, and they both passed so peacefully
Wow.
and with such ease in their bodies. So you're asking me, I think from the day you're born until the day you die, you don't get to choose how long you live, but you definitely get to choose how happy and how much ease you have through the life that
Choices,
you have.
quality, yeah. Kindred spirits right there.
Yeah.
Love that.